I'm going to show you how to compile two tools that I use to make my Tales of Destiny DC patches. The first one is the Pack Composer, and the other one is I guess, the sceWork tool, whatever you want to call it. So, the first thing you need is Visual Studio. Get the Community Edition, it's free, and takes about maybe 15 minutes to download on a good connection. So free download, get Visual Studio 2019. That seems to be working so far. And once you start installing it, the only thing you need to check mark here under workloads is .NET desktop development. That's basically all you need. The code that is used to compile these tools is done in C sharp, so you just need that. Otherwise, the rest is up to you. If you use Python or C++, go ahead, up to you. Otherwise, yeah, that's all you need, .NET desktop development. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my repository here. So basically all the open source code is in my repository under Tales of Destiny DC. And let's start with the Pack Composer. Everything is in here. All you have to click on is pakcomposer.exe for solution. I'm gonna double click on this and this will open up Visual Studio if you have it installed. It's opening up on my other screen right now, so I'm going to wait for it to load and copy it over to the next screen. 1 second. There we go. All right, so you can close out of this. So this is basically what it is. I have the Pack Composer code over here. You have the program and some other properties. Basically one giant code over here that unpacks a bunch of files. And basically, it'll unpack whatever it needs to unpack. And then if it needs to use the compto executable, it will. Otherwise, yeah, it just goes through all of this. This program, I guess it's pretty good. I haven't seen any issues with this so far using my decompiled version of the original tool that I found. Actually, it was given to me by a very nice gentleman in Russia, so let's keep it at that. I've also included the compto code in here if you want to compile it in Visual Studio as well. Up to you if you want it. Otherwise, you don't actually need to do anything over here. The only one you actually need to compile is this one. So we don't need this. It's just the Pack Composer. So wherever your repository is or wherever the solution file is, it's going to make a debug folder or it'll make a release folder depending on what you select over here. I'm gonna do a released version that doesn't have any of the debugging code in there so that the file is smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna basically right click on this Pack Composer part over here and just build. That's it. That's all you have to do. Build started, and there it is. Pack Composer, it's now saved in this directory. You can just copy and paste this directory, or I can just go there myself. So under this bin folder, I did it under release, and there it is. There's my Pack Composer. If you want Compto as well, you have to install the desktop development with C++, and that will let you do the Compto um, solution. Sorry, it'll let you do this. It'll let you right click and build the solution there. But I've done another video on that to do it the way it was supposed to be done and tested, not through Visual Studio. You get a bunch of errors if you do it this way, but so far I found it worked the exact same way. So now, this Pack Composer, you just need to copy and paste this to wherever you need to. Let's view this in extra large icons. I hope you appreciate that. Okay, so now I am going to open the Pack Composer over here. So Pack Composer using tab completion and press enter. So this is basically how you use it. You type in pakcomposer.exe and then use a -d flag to decompose, -c to compose, or -t to test it to see if it's actually decomposable or composable. And then if you have a pack0 file, use that. Pack 1, Pack 3, and so on. The X, it tries to get the file extensions for your files. V, verbose mode, will basically give you a log to show exactly what it's doing. The dash U will use compto.exe if needed, and everything else over here you don't need to worry about. You can just skip that. And if you want, the examples are right over here. It tells you exactly how to use the program to decompose the file and more examples on how to compose the files. And that's pretty much it on how to compile programs using Visual Studio. Now, this is only one of the programs, so Pack Composer is just the one I use so far. The other one is this TOD1 RSCE. This is the tool that I've been using to rip the text and reinsert the text back into the game. It's not perfect right now. It still needs a little bit of work, which is why I left it as open source. So yeah, if anyone can fix this and help us fix the freezing problems, please, please, please edit the code, submit your contribution to GitHub. So same thing, we go into this directory over here in the repository, double click on the solution file. Visual Studio will open up. So I'm going to close out of this over here, and I'm going to wait for it to open on my other screen before I can drag it over. All right, there it is. Okay, so basically same idea. So here you have the sceWork module, and it has a table module for whatever reason they the original programmer did. All I did was just copy and paste the code into a decompiler, and it gave me a bunch of stuff. So I fixed it into this solution to make it kind of work. So it looks pretty neat. Not sure what it's doing, but it works for the most part if you want to dump out text. So this is what you need to do. Now, there's two solutions in here. So what we want to do is we want to build this solution. We're going to right click on this, and we're going to build the solution. Okay, so the build started, table module's done. It's just a DLL file, and you have the sceWork.exe file, and that's all in this path under bin and then release. So let's check it out. So bin, release, and there it is. Let me make the icons bigger. All right, so anytime you need to use this program, you also have to use it with this table module. There's also a text file that's not included here, but somewhere else in the repository. This JP codes. I think this is going to be the key file to fix some of the freezing issues that we have, but I haven't had much luck fixing it myself. So if you have a solution, please, please let me know. Okay, let's go back to this release directory over here. Let's open up the command prompt, and let's type in sceWork and enter. So as you can see, I've decompiled this from the original tool, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So this is how you use the program. Use sceWork.exe and then -e to extract, and then -r to repack. Depending on what file you have from the game, TOD1RSCE or TOD1RSCE4 or RSCE, up to you. RSCE is the story, TOD1 RSCE4 are the skits. I'm not sure what these are, but I've seen a bunch of these under the pack0 folder. Sorry, the pack0 files. And then if you want to do the entire directory, you can just do that here as well. And that's pretty much it. Now there's two parameters here. This AS, count for a number, and then AE, and then it'll seek to the 16 bytes. I think it adds a bunch of zero or some padding somewhere, but I'm not too sure how it works. If you know C# or .NET, go ahead, explore the code. Let me know how it works, and maybe we can update this so we can get a full patch going. And that's it for this video. Hope you learned how to compile C# code and Visual Studio Solution so that we can get a patch going. Thanks. Bye.